Hi, everybody.
Hello.
Welcome back to Shalla Yardley's YouTube channel. And you can also watch us here streaming live on Rumble on Eye of the World channel.
Yeah.
And this is myself, Shalla, and my beloved dear daughter, Crystal, joining me.
Oh, today I'm beloved and dear.
Today, you're beloved and
Must
dear.
have done something right. It's a good day.
It is a good day. We often don't get through Tuesday mornings. I don't know. Tuesday is a fiery day, you know, the Tuesdays are not Thor's day. Tuesday is ruled by
Saturn.
Mars.
Mars. Oh.
Yeah, according to the old narrative of the mythology around the Julian calendar. So fire came in on the tack. The tack got fiery.
Well,
with
it
us.
went.
We're back.
We're back.
Yeah, I think we're back.
That was fun.
It was. So if you're new tuning in here, you can find our work. We have an online platform called Eye of the World, spiritual education and resources. We have, close to 20 courses, pre-recorded courses, meditations, blogs, an e-zine, a community events, community forum, sharing platform, and all of this is included in your monthly or annual membership options. So check the link below to go to the website, and I should put the coupon code down there as well. It's till the end of March. You receive a 30% discount off an annual membership using the code annual30.
You can also just hook that code up right on the site. It pops up there.
Yeah.
Gifting you. And speaking of gifting, we do have a little donation button, a donation link in the description below. We also have a donation link on our site if anybody wants to get us a coffee or show us some extra love, whatever. It's there. It was requested from you guys, though. And we're like, oh, sure. We're living and learning as we go. I also wanted to mention just our last little bit of housekeeping that I have two things coming up. This coming Thursday at 2 p.m. Pacific time, which I believe is 5 p.m. to Eastern time. Yeah. I have a monthly tune in with me, very similar to my Beyond Karma show that I was doing on Beyond Mystic. And I'm just going to keep it monthly for now, but come on in and tune in and bring your personal questions, any curiosities or inquiries, and let's connect. And I will channel some things from the heart and pull some cards for you and just have some really nice tune in and tune ups happening. So that is this coming Thursday again at 2 p.m. Pacific, 5 p.m. Eastern. And then this coming Sunday, if you are a member on our website, eyeoftheworld.ca, then you are welcome to join me. I'm hosting a free Sunday social. Again, that's a once a month event so far. And it is going to be 11 a.m. Pacific time this Sunday.
Yeah. Hi, Leo. Shalla and Crystal, Oklahoma loves you all. Hi, Lupo. Nice to see you. Hi, Early Morn.
Welcome. Hello, Ricky and LMB.
So lovely to see you.
Anna Perella. Hello, everyone. It's just
beautiful
so nice
day in central Alberta.
Call to the universe.
Yeah.
Hi, everyone.
Crystal's like, come on, Mom.
Sparkle. I know.
That's the button.
Hey, y'all. Mom is on the comments today, so I will try not to boss her around because I can be bossy. I get it from her. It's a funny thing. She says maybe she got it from me. So I don't know how that works.
We learned that great habit together, perhaps.
Hello, Sunshine Grease. We got your email yesterday. We'll be sending you back a message today. Thank you so much for getting on that. appreciate you. Thank you for being here. Look at all the questions, Mom. Start the
Okay,
questions
I'm
as
going
they
to
come
start
in.
the questions. Here we go.
Okay.
Crystal, you can warm up the cards
Yes,
and we'll
I
start
will. I
with
have
our
cleared them.
first question, which we decided we would maybe split into two questions, Yvonne. Hopefully you're okay with that. So you're asking what happens to
look
your
at that. We've got
clone.
the-
Yeah,
Oh,
two
It's
questions.
not on.
All right. What happens to the your clone that you have if you are cloned when you die as a person? And you're asking this question with regards to Epstein, who you believe is also a Rothschild. So I think we're going to look at specifically if this is true, these reports about cloning different elite families and bloodlines and so on, then what happens to that Rothschild clone, Epstein clone. And on the other side, I feel like just let's look at human cloning as a topic. Let's just pop that in.
So can I ask what we're asking about first then?
We're going to ask first about
Epstein being a Rothschild?
and that what happens if in fact he was cloned and what's being done with that clone. I think it's a great question.
A lot in one question even.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So then we're doing a focused answer.
I believe that would
All
be a
right.
good idea.
So let's have you shuffle.
Sure. Thank you.
All right. Do you want any help? I feel like.
No.
Okay.
No, I'll get good at it. Don't
Okay.
worry. Calm.
Chill out, Crystal, breathe.
There's so much excitement in the air, isn't there? You can feel we're crawling out of that kind of heavy energy of these last, well, gosh, pick a number, pick a timeline, months, years. But even coming into the fire horse year, we still were drawn right in immediately after the fire horse went activated. We already, which was, I think, what was it, February 17th, then we were into a Mercury retrograde in the season of Pisces. So it's been, interesting.
So if you go.
Yep, go ahead.
Pause here. No, that's
not. Yeah. There. I'll do it. Don't worry.
I know. I love it. You're so good. Can I make a suggestion?
Yeah.
Yeah. While you're there, just scroll through and just star all the ones that are questions really quickly.
I was just going to do that, but I was waiting for you to start putting the thread out.
It's like, this is how you do it, Crystal. And I'm like, this is how you do it, Mom. Bear with us.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, here we go. Mm-hmm. All right, so I'm going to lay them all down. How about that?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
There's lots of questions coming in.
There is indeed. Thank you, everyone.
We'll see how many we can get to.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yeah.
We're going to be full with questions.
Yeah. So let's not over complicate things with talking too much, maybe. Shorten to the point. Like this Knight of Swords here.
Okay. So part one, Epstein, was he cloned? If he's a Rothschild, and if so, what was done with his clone? Very interesting. So, okay, I'm going to just go off
on a tangent.
No, not too long of a tangent, but just off script here a little bit because I like to keep a really wide lens always. I've been following everything, all of this stuff, alternative history, controversial, conspiracy theory, truther stuff for like 30 plus years. And so over the time my lens has grown wider, not more narrower and more specific. So because I just see the picture getting bigger and bigger. So I automatically go to what we're being even told about this cloning process feels to me like we don't have the whole picture of what that is. And I get a sense it actually is more about reproductive. So we get the DNA but where do you get your DNA from? It's in the reproductive organs, right? It's in the, like, if you go to a fertility clinic, you're going to get the sperm and the egg. So to me, there's something about like things being, we're told that they're cloning people from their actual DNA, but I feel like it's more almost like a sperm bank and or an egg bank. That's what I'm, just because look at this. We've got the priestess in the center, the female Queen of Pentacles, which to me would be like the receptor of that donor. So this to me feels more like a fertility piece and less like a extreme science. Like if we had extreme science of the nature of, you know, splitting the cells and taking DNA strands apart and all that kind of stuff, we would see things like the Hierophant, the King of Swords, other cards that would really show that happening. This feels a lot more in the realm of fertility. We have the Queen of Pentacles, very fertile. The priestess that rules fertility, we have the Child card, the World, which is also a lot like fertility. So we've got a lot here indicating that we may not have the whole picture of how what we're being told is cloning could actually be more about preserving bloodline through reseeding with sperm and egg banks. So again, this is just what I'm getting today because I don't have a firm opinion about hardly any of this stuff. I'm really open to being shown what do we need to know right now. And so in the case of this specific question, what has happened with Epstein? Is there a clone? And what are they going to do with it? I do feel like all of these guys have saved their reproductive material. And that is what is available. And possibly even there's already someone, a donor, that is being impregnated with that reproductive material. That's more what I'm being shown. Do you get any intuitive sense on this?
No, I think we can move along.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay, great.
Good. Thank you.
So yeah.
Let's go to the next piece of this.
Wonderful.
Yep.
Oh, we've got so many questions here.
There's a lot that I
Okay,
get to.
so next piece of this, we're just going to ask about human cloning in general. And I want to get a sense of what we're looking at. Do we have the accurate information that has been coming through the channels for the last several years? Or are we sort of picking up on other timeline information, future timeline information? Are these, sure, thank you. Are these, again, I don't discount and I don't absolutely defend different narratives. I'm very open to seeing what is most in alignment with where we are in our understanding right now. Go ahead, my dear. So
why don't we do 3?
Sure.
1, 2, 3.
Yeah.
Oh, interesting.
Okay. Okay. I'm going to make this bigger too. We'll make the cards bigger. There we go. So if we went recent, past, present, potential, future, or where we are, where we're going, how we get there, to me, this, again, we don't have any big science cards here. We don't have any of the big players. We've got the priestess. Again, you watched us shuffle. So something, we're being kind of led down the garden path a little bit with this narrative. I do believe there's extreme advancements being made around, fertility. What's the like in
Seeding.
seeding, like in utero fertilization, IVF, all of that. Like there's, and babies created in test tubes and all that kind of stuff. But it does feel like they're still utilizing pretty traditional genetic material in order to do that. And it has been, in a way, it looks like almost more like just playing around. This is a play card. And then this is like, just testing, like even, for example, the amount of successful full-term pregnancies that result from IVF. It feels like the numbers are getting bigger, percentage-wise, but it's still not 100%. So it's moving in that direction. But we're going to be hitting a node here because I feel like there's a lot of interdimensional support from potentially past or future versions of us that are putting a bit of a safety
Yeah.
onto this.
Yeah, I was gonna say it feels like it's happening, like it's happening on different timelines. It feels as though there's still behind the veil, there's still a lot of purity in our bloodlines, but they've done a lot of little tests, trial and error kind of thing to see what works, what doesn't. And it feels to me as though it's still a lot of that black and white thinking. It's the division piece. It's something to keep us kind of this against that. This is, because this is happening with bad people, it's bad. I think there's a greater unknown mystery and purpose behind everything that is occurring in terms of this quote unquote cloning that we're being led to believe what it is. And I think that it's probably both. I feel like there's good happening on certain timelines and real darkness happening on other timelines, and then everything that's going on in between.
Yep, totally. So I think when I look at this showing up twice, what I'm being shown is that this has happened on this planet and it will happen again. But I'm not sure that they're at that exact point scientifically right now. I feel like it may have happened at an earlier timeline and it didn't go very well. And it may happen in a later timeline and it will go much better and be more ethical. But right now, we've got safeties in place. We're all like, I'm being shown that things just aren't working. And when we hear this intel, it's about knowing that, again, as I say, it's maybe just not here right now in this dimension, but it has happened and it will happen. But I don't believe it's happening in our dimension. Interesting. I'm getting like in 3D, they're just playing with it. But there's something in 2D that's going, we're not going to let you successfully do this yet. Because it's almost like we have to get up to 6D, which is harmony, before we're allowed to do it, because we would be doing it for the right reasons and in the right way. So something along, and I don't mean right as in good, bad, right, wrong. I mean, like our frequency would be at the place of love and harmony, which would allow nature to do its thing in a beautiful way. Right now, nature's blocked, and without the involvement of the natural universal creation process, natural law, universal law, there's only so much we can muck around with, and it just doesn't work after a while, is what I'm hearing. Does that feel right to you, Crystal?
Yeah, definitely. So we might as well tack this on because it was in regards to a follow-up of this. As an addition to Yvonne's question, what happens to your soul if you sell it to evil ones?
Ooh.
So I feel like we can just add a few onto this.
Yeah. Okay.
Thoughts?
Great. Love
Okay.
it. Thank you. Thank you, Early Morn. And thank you, Yvonne.
See, I was wondering about that coming up here.
Okay, tell me what you were wondering and how that.
Well, because I was thinking about, this Three of Pentacles came up in the last spread looking at the previous question about the involvement of Epstein, the Rothschilds, and cloning, what we need to know. And it felt like, people working together, it feels like it's coming from multiple angles. So to me, that would be kind of a nod of the Epstein and the Rothschilds kind of being involved. And then I was thinking that, again, we have another three coming together, but this is more in sort of, this feels lighter, more celebratory. It feels like it's more, it's less in the material. But then when we look at what happens when you sell your soul to evil, if you sell your soul to evil, again, it kind of on the what Mom said, that with this world here, there's something about that can only get taken so far.
Yeah, that was just what I was getting the same thing.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
There's like a protective between these two. There's like a protective veil, and the laws of balance, the natural laws of balance will always prevail. There's something in it where you just can't. You can play that. You can put in all the material, all the 3D work, and
the prompts, as they call it.
Yeah, right. But there's something greater at work out there.
Yeah.
And it's a great mystery, and it's very much in the feminine.
Can never be hacked, really. It's unhackable. Okay. And interesting. I love this question, by the way. I looked at this combo and I saw compost. Now, before you go, ooh, what are you talking about, Shala? Well, what I'm actually seeing is that we kind of, if we choose to go down that road, I agree with Crystal. You only get so far. This to me, this 8 feels like the 8th sphere. You bump up against outside of the material realm, it only goes so far. So what it does, in fact, is it's kind of like let's say you had a hand to play every time you come in and have a life, and you either like progress in an evolutionary sort of direction, or you kind of toss into the castaway pile and it goes into the compost. Compost is actually amazing. Talk to any gardener or farmer. Compost is the richness of life. It's like the goddess of failures and mistakes. There's no bad move. It just gets recycled. And the ancient Egyptian mythologies talked about that. If you're crossing that gate and your soul is not as light as a feather, they have a kind of gruesome way that it's digested and metabolized and repurposed. But I feel like it's totally still beneficial for the greater good of all. It's not a waste. It's just, it just isn't
Pardon me.
as directly, you kind of, it's like skip a turn or miss a turn if you were playing a game. That's all it is. It's not, you never get to recover and come back. It's just, you sort of toss that life onto the compost pile and it gets reconstituted. Does that make sense?
Totally.
Sweet. Cool. Okay. Back to start. And now
humming.
Yeah, we're back up here to Leo's question about humming. Does humming heal your body? Well, my spiritual teacher, Martin Perktel, he used to say that, humming is one of the, I don't know how to describe it, but the more integrated spiritual practices that are available to us and kind of universal. And I feel very much more present in traditional culture, ancient indigenous culture. If you think about the chants and the songs and the ballads, the Irish ballads, and everybody was singing and humming and telling stories by song and music. The Aboriginal Australian song lines, how they crossed the desert using songs. Same with the Polynesians, they crossed the oceans using their songs, meaning that you would sing the song and it would take you at an average pace of rowing till you got to the end of whatever verse of that song, which sometimes went on for hours. And that's how you navigated life, the oceans and the deserts. Like, wow. So humming, singing. First one, please.
Three again.
Sure. Love it.
Okay, so I feel like a lot of us have kind of gotten out of this more ancient practice of humming, and we've gotten a lot in our heads. And it feels like it's just been waiting for the right time to come back in. And I hear whistle where you work. So it's something where a lot of humming is really a beautiful practice while you're creating, where you're crafting, cultivating, working. It's really beautiful to put that frequency into everything that you're putting your hands to. So it feels like a real channeling of the activating of the channeling of your energy into all that which you are creating. It also feels like a really beautiful way to cultivate and generate wealth, the frequency of wealth into your life and into reality. So it feels like a really good practice to do when you're busy doing things. And it feels to me too like kind of like with this, I'm seeing something like the 100th monkey effect. Like there's the more people that hum, the more people that hum. It's like it's like the world starts to catch on. It's one of those really, you know how you get earworms and stuff like that, like not an actual worm in your ear, but songs that repeat. It's like there's something where when you start humming, it starts catching on, and I think it also opens up channels, gateways, energy portals in your system. It feels like there's a lot of opening and clearing that can be done to allow for, a lot of really higher attuned information to come in.
Wow. So beautiful. I love that 100th monkey analogy that we can actually increase, just like when you do exercise sort of regularly for a while, your body craves more of the good exercise after a while. Instead of it hurting you, you just really crave it. It's the same thing I'm getting as we make this more a part of our daily lives. And I love the comments coming in about, Irish grandmother that hummed, and your younger daughter, they were in a good mood when they hummed. And then, of course, John's comment where Om Mani Padme Hum, which is interesting. I wonder does anyone know where the word hum comes from? Because
I think it comes from the bees.
Ooh, yeah.
I noticed that when I'm humming, I quite often will tune into that frequency and that sound of bees. Yeah. It feels like my most comfortable humming state.
Fascinating.
Yeah.
It seems so simple, doesn't it? Like we think, I have to go and have my chakras aligned and have my like everything reattuned and have, the med beds and the this and the that and all the tech, this, that, and the other thing. And it's like, or we could just hum all day.
Right.
Not that I'm not trying to belittle other beautiful, strong spiritual inventions that are there to support us. But just like we were watching that video this morning on exercise, and after all these different, ventures with doing different types of workouts and lifting weights and all of this stuff, the elliptical machines and this, that, and the other. And now it's coming back. Everyone's coming back to, what do they call it? Primal movement and calisthenics, like good old, use your body as the weight and do movement that we would do naturally as humans and do it every day and intentionally in a good way and build yourself up. It's similar with, we were talking about the same thing this morning with supplements too, how we used to take all these vitamins and do and now we're down to just a very few things that have proven over time they're almost more like superfoods than supplements. And same with this. This is a natural go-to kind of spiritual medicine closet that we need to just open every day and say, let's bring that frequency in.
I've come into the practice of a daily prayer intention, and I always begin my prayer with humming and a type of tuning in. And, the more that we bring these dedicated practices in, the more I feel like it starts to weave, it's that little, it's that daily piece that's so small, but then it starts to weave into bigger aspects in your life. So.
Oh, I love this. Early Morning shared a book you can get at healingsounds.com, The Humming Effect. Ooh,
Beautiful.
This is fun.
Yes,
Thank you. All. I love sharing the resources.
Yeah. All right. Onwards and upwards. Thank you, Leo. That was
yes. Okay. Next one on the list is from LMB. I watched a ship fly into Jupiter. Oh, yes. Sorry. I watched a ship fly into Jupiter on the evening of March 10th. What do you think that was all about?
Woo.
Yeah.
So there is one, if you scroll down to the bottom of that, there is one, down there that I want to make sure that we get to. I think it's important for right now. So I might see if we can bring it up next.
Okay.
Yeah.
Which one is that? This one?
The very bottom one.
Okay. Yeah. We'll do that one next. Yeah.
Thank you. Okay.
Well, and I do feel like this question could go along with the, what is it? The portals, the Stargates. I'll find it. You go ahead and shuffle.
I've shuffled.
Okay.
I've shuffled.
I will shuffle.
Okay. I found it. It's right above that one.
Oh, good. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Oh, Solstice Sparkle asking about St. Patty's Day too, which is today.
We might just have to stay on here all day with you.
I think we might have to stay a little longer today, folks. Yeah, we're okay if you're okay with it.
We're okay.
Special
if you're
day.
Okay. I mean, your next person's on here anyhow, so.
Yep.
We'll make it there, no problem. All right, let's do 3 piles, folks.
Middle one, please.
Middle one.
Oh. Ooh, they're flying.
That's me.
Like spaceships.
Totally. Okay. What do we want?
I think a focus.
Yeah.
Yeah. Were you thinking that too?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Huh.
Oh, interesting.
Oh. Whoa. Whoa. Okay, we need it to really move down so we can see the top guy
going
there.
To.
Yep, perfect. That's good.
Okay, I have a thought.
You
have a thought?
No, you think first. Go for it.
Okay, I have a thought. Okay, so it feels like I think that they were trying to get onto Jupiter to harvest something. I feel like there was something like some sort of possibility of gold or some sort of wealth that they were trying to take. They were trying to harvest something. And I actually think that I think that I don't know. I feel like Jupiter kicked them out. Like there's a much higher frequency on Jupiter that like them and their ideas of what they were going to be harvesting up there, it wasn't a frequency that was able to tap into the
Ooh-wee.
high vibration that's there. They got
See,
kicked off.
what happens when we talk about intergalactic is we get into interdimensional timelines.
Mhm.
And what we believe is possible according to our very limited perspective of time and space is whatever we think we can do here in 3D right now.
Mhm.
It doesn't align with the timeline of where we're trying to go and what we're trying to get from that timeline. It's no longer appropriate to go that way. Like when Crystal said they're going there to harvest something, I was like, that happened a long time ago. So there's almost like this intention, we can do this because we know that we've done it before, but Jupiter is no longer it's no longer there where it was. It's like, it's not actually solid there anymore. It's interdimensionally there. So this is old. Trying to go there for gold is old, but the story is still front page news because what are we doing right now? We're revaluing gold on this planet.
Mhm.
So it's like we're trying to go back and get more gold, but what we need to get is the value of gold back here. We need to bring that memory of what we did there here from that other timeline because I don't think Jupiter is even there anymore.
Mhm.
Like, what is it they say that we're seeing the, things from like thousands of years ago or whatever, light years away. Like it's that version no longer exists in 3D. And
interesting.
so when we try to send something there, we're going into the shadow memory of something that used to be there. And like Crystal said, you just get bounced out.
Mhm.
It's like
Mhm.
there's nothing there anymore. It's an empty nothing. There's nowhere to go. Yeah.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Beautiful. I love this.
Mm.
Can you pull up Sunshine Grease's comment there? Yeah. The bumblebee in Swedish is called humla. It's a fascinating creature that should not be able to fly, but I guess the humming of the humla works miracles.
Which gets us into, everything from levitation and changing the density of matter with our frequency. Yeah. Life is going, I'm okay with it. All day session. Let's just keep going. Keep asking them questions, you guys.
Yeah.
Till their voices go hoarse.
All right. Next on the docket.
Okay. So you said you wanted to go to, I want to go to the Stargate one. Okay. So
Okay.
Celestial Emma, which was kind of,
Sorry, we usually go in succession, but we're just gonna scoot around a little
we're
bit.
trying to kind of keep thematics going because we got a lot of questions today. So we're going to do this one, then we're going to do that one at the end, and then we'll end with St. Patty's. How about that?
I hope to get them all, to be honest.
Okay.
With you. Yeah, but I want to make sure that we hit the mains here, the ones that are being asked for. Okay, what messages come through regarding the Stargate on Earth?
Stargates on Earth. Interesting. I just saw something come up in my feed. I think it was yesterday, which was listing the 12 major Stargates and how so many of the wars are fought in order to keep control of the regions around those Stargate portals.
I felt like this was a question you were going to answer.
Oh, you did you?
I did.
Doom, right there.
Doom.
3 cards,
Doom,
please.
doom.
Yeah, this has something to do with ley lines. Oh, look at that. Converging lines. We can, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Told you.
Okay.
Let's do it.
So when we are looking at these stargates, again, boy, a lot has come up today's show around we're trying to do things that we did like, I don't know how long ago, tens of thousands of years ago, potentially longer. We're trying to do the same thing, wash, rinse, repeat, but we can't actually do the same thing because literally whatever those material realities are, including the stargates, they're not the same. They've moved. They're not the same. They don't do the same thing. They don't, frequency wise, they've shifted. It's kind of like Gaia and Earth consciousness have grown and evolved, and we're still going back to the earlier version, trying to find these hot spots and trying to like activate them. And if anything, what we want to do, it's sort of like your meridians of your body in Chinese medicine, acupuncture, and so on. We just want to unblock, like there's been all this energy around dominating that portal that isn't even the right portal anymore. So they're trying to like manifest through that portal and throwing all this energy, technology, weaponry, like all this everything in the book at it to try to like, make this portal work. But they've lost the plot because the portal isn't even there anymore. It's just like Jupiter isn't where it was anymore. So like we've already upgraded to a different timeline where that portal is not there. So really what we want to get back to is portal technology as a practice, which comes from the heart. When you're a diviner, if you are a geomancer, a dowser, looking for water, working with ley lines, those things can move over time. And yes, we have areas of concentration from another timeline that are still quite blocked with energy right now. So when we go to those places, instead of trying to activate and open up the big portal, which is no longer there, let's heal all that. It's almost like scar tissue around that portal. We've created all this scar tissue around these major portals and stargates, but the stargates aren't where they used to be.
So interesting.
And
right?
I'm going to just point out on the cards what gave me that.
Okay,
Here we've got the
please.
point, it's like X marks the spot on your treasure map. Here's the spot. Everybody get around it and try to control the portal. Meanwhile, Earth's magnetic energy and all these different aspects of Gaia have evolved in a new place. And we're trying to go to this old place, which is actually making it harder for the new portals to work in our favor. So we want to go to the old ones and just let them, again, compost them. Let them go fallow for a few thousand years. Let them just rest. They need to rest, those old portals. They've been battlegrounds for too long. We got to like leave them alone and let them heal.
Sunshine Grease says, believe there are different types of stargates, mechanical ones like the circles and crystals. Circles?
The circles and the crystal tech, I believe, are, kind of add-ons, or they are around memory of what's been done in the past. But again, like I said, they are no longer really going to give us where we're growing and where we're evolving to. They're not going to be serving us in the same way. So can we just let go of that need to have that and look for, what does the new portal look like? The new portal is actually in the human.
Yeah.
And the earth all of the earth wants to be a portal for the human heart, right? We're still trying to go to these old places. because that was,
Find things outside of ourselves.
yeah, and those were the things that worked back then, but that's
Mhm.
not where we are now. We're alchemizing the portal of our heart.
Mm.
And we can do that from anywhere on the planet. That doesn't mean we ignore those sacred sites. If anything, we
Mhm.
go there and do healing and allow them
Yeah.
to rest.
I felt like a lot of this was the calling, like our ancestors calling as well, right? It's like our portals are also in the resting sites of our ancestry and their experiences. Like there's something about the call to
Mhm.
honor our ancestry, our lineage, and it's heart healing. There's something in it that's bringing the balance of the masculine and the feminine duality, and we'll see. Love it.
Thank you. Thank you for the questions. And I think this is the one you wanted to speak
This is the
to,
one.
Wendy's question. And I think, Wendy, what happened, my dear, is you may have missed, like, not gotten what we were actually trying to say. We did 2 big shows back. When was that? Like back in the fall, around how damaging and how daylight savings, we determined from the cards that we pulled on those shows that it was the worst thing, almost the worst thing that's been done to humanity. So we are not in acceptance of daylight savings time. We are actually in abhorrence that it was ever done in the first place. So you may want to go back, check. There's a show on Beyond Mystic that we did down the rabbit hole. And we also did one where I think it even talks about it in the description box.
So it was actually on our launch show, but I feel like it's prevalent. You know, we're in that time frame now here.
Right. So I just
think
wanted
that
to
it's-
clarify to Wendy,
Mhm.
though. So what we were saying, Wendy, in that show last week was we were actually saying it's over. It's stopped. Like here in British Columbia, Canada, we're not doing it anymore.
Yeah.
And then we were saying, because we had dowsed and done cards on which is the correct time, the one forward or the one
most
back,
ideal.
the most ideal.
Mhm.
And it did look like it was the one that we've just come on to now. That's why we were like, yay, I'm glad that I'm on the right one now.
Yeah.
Because basically they manipulated the real time is this one, not the one where we fall back an hour. And I hope that helps, because yeah, it was probably easy to mislead or misread what we were trying to say. I am 100% with you. It is the fake time that robs people of, yeah, it's terrible.
So, I mean, do you feel though that I feel like it's good for us to look at it again? We're in that time zone.
I don't know. I think we've talked about it quite a lot now. I think just to acknowledge that Wendy is, because other people may have been misunderstood what we were saying last week.
Okay.
We were just speaking really kind of casually about it, Wendy, because we've done quite a lot of deep dives on this topic in the past. And we got exactly what you said, by the way. It's away from the sun being overhead at noon. We're not okay with that.
Mhm.
We are not okay. We saw that it actually made it impossible for us to stand in our full alignment as humans on this planet.
Mhm.
And I was describing how each time, it's different than moving through different time zones when you actually move your physical body to a different location. Because like you said here, you're reorienting to where the sun is in relation to where you are on the planet. That is accurate. But changing the time in the location you're in messes with us really, really badly.
Mhm.
And so thank you for bringing that back up, because other people may have misunderstood what we were saying last week.
All right, rock and roll.
Yeah.
Next.
Okay. Start.
Mhm.
We are now.
So I would say to go.
Yep. The St. Patrick's one, or no, the Easter one. So sunny shine Greece. Let's do this one, and then we'll do St. Patty's. We'll end
Okay.
off on that one.
Also, Christians came in before that.
Oh, okay.
So let's do this, and we'll
Yes.
go down and
Okay, so we're going to
to
do this one, and then we're going to do the Easter that Trump talked about a few years back, couple years back, and then we'll end off with St. Patty's.
what's really going on in the Middle East. The only way to walk away from the Middle East while exposing bad players inside the US government.
Mhm.
Okay.
Call to the universe, isn't it? Yeah. And really speaking about it, this kind of blends in with our last question about the Stargates and knowing that the Middle East and Iran in particular is the location of one of the major Stargates. Especially one of the major Stargates that was in relationship to the lineage that evolved into being what we know as the Cabal Deep State. Dark cult. That is the Stargate that was really prevalent during the time of the development of that consciousness, which has played an important role on this planet, by the way. But we really don't want to be going back through time and space and re-triggering that portal again and again and again, because it's sort of like, it's a little bit like it just keeps sending that same frequency. Whoa, look at this. Yeah, it keeps sending that same frequency onto the planet. Wow. Okay. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Okay, this to me is really actually accentuating what I said earlier. This feels to me, when I look at these cards laid out like this, that portal, that Stargate in Iran has already reset itself, and it's not letting, just like Crystal said about Jupiter not letting that old energy come in.
Yeah.
It's actually kicking out, like it's literally wrecking the tech that they're going in and trying to manipulate. It's actually just, it's healing from the inside out, and in its healing, it's bringing all this sadness and grief to the surface. But you know what? The people there on ground zero, they chose these lives to come in and do this most extraordinary healing. Like they're like number one first responders on the planet in a way, certainly at this time. And they are there helping birth the healing of this portal, this Stargate. And this kind of goes back in a way to what I've been shown. I think one of the very first shows I did with Janine years ago, I was talking about the Tower of London being dismantled. And I'm actually getting that these locations, I mean, yes, we can be very distraught over the destruction of these, what we call monuments or sacred sites. And yet there is something about dismantling those grids, because they're no longer doing what they did, and they will never really do that again. Like, they need to be healed now. But look, it's already happening. And like Crystal said, that it's getting sort of funny enough, we talk about the tower being hit, and we know with 9/11, for example, it wasn't hit on the outside, it was blown up from the inside. There's something here where internally, whether it is white hat operations or high frequency consciousness at the core of things, they're like, yeah, we need to actually make this not accessible, because we need to stop them from re-triggering this old trauma pattern. Because when they go in and try to activate those Stargates or portals, they basically send a shockwave out through humanity's heart, because this is the new portal, is our heart, that hurts us. It's like painful, because it's like it brings back those terrorizing memories of the time when that deep state dark cult was initiated. And we get the memory bank of all the horrors that have happened between that time and now. So it's a big healing crisis that we're in. But look at this. The sun will win, like waiting this out.
Yeah.
So can we walk away and expose the bad players inside the US government? Call to the universe. This is such a good question. And it's all about like all of the above. You know,
310s.
310s. This is
Yeah.
the closing of that belief system, that power dominant model, that
Mhm.
disengagement, that, you know, eighth sphere, you know, the Armanic cult of the, you know, the disconnection from source, all of that, the Luciferian experiment, everything. It's like it is one of the major points on the planet where that was really developed and I want to say grown into this phenomena that has been so dominant over the last 10,000 years, but it's no longer going to be able to do much of anything. It's just kind of like null and void. But we do need to, like I said, it's like going and poking an area where there's a scar. And we're just making more scar tissue, which is going to take longer to heal. Right? So we want to walk away from trying to access something potent there. Gosh, I almost hope that some deep state players are listening just to say, you know, you guys, it's not going to work. Like it's not there anymore. Like don't try. Because you don't need to do that anymore. Like it's over. That whole storyline is complete and the job is complete and we need to like literally heal up the wound there because it is a wound.
Yeah.
We need to do triage on that wound. So we're going in with the people there called to the universe. We're going in with the land. We're going in with the old Stargate, the old portal, healing. Yeah. It might take, I would suspect, at least 100 years, if not longer, to heal that scar.
And part of that is, you know, not sending them our fear, but sending them our love. You know, sending the light beings, sending the mothers, the children, sending the you know, just love. Like who, no matter what you send it to, when you send love to the Middle East as a whole, it flushes out these old systems and it activates the new light.
Yeah.
So
it's not about acquiescing and giving permission to these dark forces. But again, like I said, they really are just kind of writhing in their death spasms right now. And what I said years ago with so much of what's happening, all the, you know, the decompression state that we're in right now, the emptiness and void and the decompression is about, I used to have the analogy of, you know, let's say you have a beautiful walled garden or something and a big tree with a hornet's nest in it, old tree rotting with a hornet's nest in it, falls down in a corner of your garden. Instead of going over there and trying to like pour gasoline and have a big fire and burn it all and, you know, create a big havoc, leave it alone. Just cordon that zone off and let it do its thing. Nature will finish the process. Just like send it, respect it, give it a wide berth, care about the whole ecosystem around it, and let nature take its course, is what I'm hearing. Does that kind of make sense?
Great. Yeah.
Okay.
Wendy just commented there.
Oh, I don't know what this is.
Yeah. I listened to the Beyond Mystic show and commented. So BC's not doing daylight savings time. That's good. And I have not changed the time of 3 years. Thank you.
Thanks, Wendy.
Thanks, Wendy. Appreciate you.
I'm so glad that we got that clarified because you probably are not the only one that got like, what are they talking about? And we do not want to be spreading that rumor. Yeah.
All right. One more. And Suzanne said that her question kind of follows up.
Easter.
Yeah.
Oh.
So we're going to do this one. We're going to do St. Patrick's Day. And
yes.
We're going to be done.
Yes.
And I think we are done, actually. I think that's all of them. That's all she wrote.
What a perfect sharing session. It's always so delightful to come in and just get jazzed up with all of you, you know, like what a insightful, lively, open-hearted, imaginative, high frequency bunch of humans you are.
We love you.
Thank you for being here with us
Yeah.
in the ontology together.
Yeah.
And we get to look at things with your eyes, you know? We should
Your
call
heart.
our website Eyes of the World, not Eye of the World, because it's really about, but we are in a
one.
way a unified
Yeah.
eye of
Yeah.
collective
Yeah.
awareness coming here.
Is this the Easter Trump has been talking about for years? When things get wrapped up.
Well, I'm getting a
Hi, Big
chill.
Molly.
I'm getting a chill all over my body. So this is a really big question, and you feel it?
I do.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Yeah. Whoa. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah. Very interesting. Well, let's give you a little bit more. So, lay it on us, Mom.
Okay. I'm getting both a yes and a no, and I'll tell you why.
Cool.
First of all, I'm getting a yes because I just think about even the analogy of Easter, right? It's this time where we are basically acknowledging the sacrifices that are made in order to bring our consciousness to a place where we open our eyes and our hearts.
Yeah, it's death and rebirth.
It's death and rebirth. And it's a
Totally.
lot about, the sacrifices that the martyrs, Christ consciousness makes in order to make its point known, to really like open the eyes, open the heart, activate the awareness. It's not that the sacrifice was made in this terror and annihilation. It wasn't, the loss of life of this being we call Jesus on the cross of crucifixion. It's how that being handled it. That's, it's not them dying. We all die. And it's not them suffering. We all suffer. It's how they handled the death and the suffering that is what opens our eyes and our hearts. When we see someone in the wrath of suffering and death, and they handle it by giving gifts of blessing and care to the people that have been the cruelest to them, that is liberation right there in a nutshell. We are free at that point. We are free to expand, open our hearts, upgrade the whole frequency of this dimension, and heal from that deep state, long-standing, power-dominant agenda, which served a purpose.
Sure has.
And I feel like Christ consciousness coming in at this time of year was about helping us cross that finish line, that last 2,000 years, like hang in there, folks, hang in there. We're getting there. So this really, interestingly, I'm getting, where are we? 2012 plus 13 is 2025. I actually feel we've been in this for 13 years and we'll be in it for another 6. 13 plus 6 is 19, and then 7, 8, 9, 20, 21, 22. Yeah. So I'm getting all this number symbolism around timelines. Look at this. We've got 2 9s, the 13, the 10, the 1, the 0. So we think that we're just going around in circles, that things are just like,
It feels
oh my
like that
God, like,
sandwiched between the Wheel of Fortune and the Five of Wands. It feels so chaotic, and we feel kind of like the fool, just like on the ride, like woo,
yeah, like going in the spin cycle of the washing
yeah.
machine process. We're like, where are we even? Like, we're,
What do I
so
even
what I
attune
feel
to?
like with Trump's speaking so specifically about the Easter, is that it's a reference to the Easter energy period. And every Easter, we're going to take another leap over that threshold. So, yes, it's not the one and done only one. We've been doing this actually for 13 years. 2012, this started right after 2012. So, Easter of 2013, we've been doing this. Yeah, which takes us to Easter of 2026. So,
It's a lot about how we use our this time as well. There's a lot of it's time to set sovereign intentions. You know, it's if it's the time of the death and the rebirth, then what are we letting go of? What are we releasing, and what are we calling in as a consciousness as a whole and as new sovereign beings? Like, this is very much golden age reality here, right? And this is a lot of
The
what we're
old.
releasing, but it's still the balance of the light and the dark, right? That's part of what, like, the grace of what we're calling in, is to be really healthy in that.
And so if it doesn't appear that we've made a big stride after this Easter, please do not be fooled. Please do not be fooled. This really is a critical turning point, and it may not look like it right away, but it's important that you don't get distracted by being in that washing machine ringer cycle. Like, it's just the same as it's always been. Nothing's changing. Don't say it. Don't say it. Zip.
No, the fives are the opportunity for the upgrade.
Just notice. Okay. Yep. Miles to go. And it's getting a little better and a little brighter because, we are way past the dark point, the darkest point, the point of no return, which I'm getting was about on the 9th year. We're on the 13th. So 4 years ago, right? 2022, that was the darkest point. We're past that. And if you remember, if you were watching me back then, the cards were crazy, terrible. Every week, the forecasts were just laden with all this stuff. It was so hard and not like that now. For the last couple of years, it's just been lighter and lighter and lighter. So we are,
which is why we're seeing a lot more dark, because it's just like
coming out, right? It's like the healing crisis. All the poison is coming to the surface to be healed, not to be like fought and not to be hurting us. Yeah.
Easter falls right after April 1st, the real new year.
Yeah. So it's always a time of renewal. And this particular one marks this 13. The 13 is the end of the old cycle, but it is, the 13, the death card is not a card of fast change. Even though we arrive feeling things moving faster and faster and faster.
It's the long game.
I'm being shown, when you look at, if you watch something going down a spiral, like say, for example, a closed point, a tight point on the hourglass. And when the sand has to go, or whatever it is, has to move through that center point, it goes faster and faster. It's like that moment, the spiraling faster, faster, faster. And then it drops out the other side. Have you ever noticed that? Like if you watch even those things where they have the coin go around, 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 and as it gets closer to the center, it's so fast, and then plunk, it drops. That's where we're in this. Even the last 10 years, it's been faster, faster, faster. This year, plunk, it drops. it's not done. There's still a lot of sifting and sorting after this. We're not completely out of the woods, and it's going to feel very disoriented. And we're still, it's like when you get back on land after being on the ocean, you're still wobbling around like you can't even get your bearings. It's not going to feel like that right
feel
away.
A little dizzy. Little dizzy. All right, beautiful.
Last one.
Yeah, we were already on it there.
Oh, we were?
Yeah.
You do it.
Yeah.
Smarty pants. She's so good at those things.
Well, I think we wear our roles well.
We do.
We try to switch it up for
the sake of building each other's strengths and
absolutely.
Will the truth about St. Patrick's Day massacre of the Celts and Druids come to the surface? Solstice sparkle. Wow. Okay. Let's look. I'm curious as to where we are with recovering these historical stories, because I feel like I sit right in the middle between, I've always been such a historian, truly, and all about bringing real history to light. This one. And yet I'm also acknowledging and getting a lot of insight in my ontology these last couple of weeks that we don't want to dwell too much in those old stories. Would you do a focus, please? Thank you. Yeah. Past, present, and potential future. Yes. Okay. So again, what I'm being shown is our ancestors, our collective guides. Yes, they want us to come back into these story places without the heavy heart and the judgment and fear and anger and revenge in our hearts. So it's really about us when, will the truth about St. Patrick's Day massacre of the Celts and Druids come to the surface? It's about us being ready to see it collectively from a place of real, I want to say, wonder and awe, because there's so much magic and mystery in all of those stories. Like, why were the Druids so threatening to the Romans and to other, dark cult practitioners? And they were infiltrated as well. The Druids were also infiltrated with dark cult beings. So why was that magical realm so fascinating? And there was such a desire to control it. I think it's a twofold thing. On the one hand, there was a desire to have access to the power of it. And on the other hand, there was a fear that like you couldn't compete with that power. So in trying to steal it from the purveyors, they killed it, right? It's like those stories about the nightingale. They tried to like take it and put it in the cage and give it to the emperor, but then it died. It's like it can only sing out in the forest. It can't sing in a cage. It's like Druidism is based on the forest. It can't be harnessed and put into a bottle, and so again, you kill the magic by trying to own the magic. And so when we're at a place where we can really hear that and actually look at this story of the massacre and go, wow, that's a story of honor, heroes, keeping magic alive in its true, authentic form. It's not a story of despair and suffering. And, the magic was preserved and is still here for us today. So it's like focusing on Christ's suffering and death, or focusing on how he handled it. How did the true, authentic Druids handle this? That's the story I want to tell.
Yeah. And it feels to me about, it's not necessarily even about the truth coming to the surface, because we're so confused right now about what's true and what's not, and what is truth even, and it's all perspective based. To me, it's there's a lot about coming back into honoring the reclaiming a lot of the ceremony, celebration, ritual in our own new way that brings forth like a new integrated truth of the magic, the ancient magic that has been there. And it kind of feels, again, interestingly, I see, like, with the moon here, this feels, like some of the ancient standing stones and the power of it. And there's something coming out of the water surface. And we've got two watery cards here. So I feel like there's information and like ancient practices between the land and the water, and a lot of us coming back into the honoring and the celebrating of these ancient ways in a new way. So
Interesting. I mean, this could be a really fascinating series
dive.
to talk about the standing stones, because I got just a little hint that they might not be as auspicious as we're imagining, and that they might have been early technologies to try to harness that magic realm by people that were already pretty much into trying to be power dominant, and that the real portals were the sacred wells that just came up from the ground, where nature, it was like, oh, that's the sacred land, like they say with the what is it, the Tuatha De Danann, and the fairy realm basically resided under the ground and the human realm was above the ground. So
it could also be the other way around. I feel like this could be
cool. We'll do a series.
Let's do it.
We'll do a series.
Yeah. Okay.
Wow, everybody. Here we are, 1 hour and 16 minutes. It's been such a delight to go on this journey with all of you. We're going to just remind you quickly, if you would like to take advantage of the annual membership discount, check the link below. You can access the site, and Crystal has her Sunday soul sampler coming up here shortly.
Nope.
Our soul sampler.
I'll talk.
Sunday social. You talk.
Yes, just a reminder, coming up this Thursday, tune in with me for a monthly question and answer, and show up. It's already posted on YouTube. We can only post on Rumble the day before, so that will happen tomorrow. The link will be up there, but you can get in the waiting line, put your questions in now if you have a personal question that you want answered, or just, if you want me to just pull on where you're at and get a read on you while all of our collective guides are coming together. Please join in the fun, as John Dissel says. And if you haven't signed up for the Sunday Social and you are a member, please do. We'd love to see you there.
Yeah. So blessings to all of you. Big hugs. Have a beautiful next few days over the new moon in Pisces that's happening, I think, tomorrow and the next day, and over the equinox, the midpoint. Whether you are in the southern hemisphere or the northern, you're on one of the equinox sides, midpoint sides.
Also, just a note, if you're not able to afford to sign up to become a member, please at least do sign up to subscribe to our mailing list, because we will not inundate you with emails, but we have some awesome newsletter that's coming out,
and
some e-zine and some great offerings. So
an e-zine is an electronic magazine, by the way.
So please do at least subscribe to our mailing list and stay in the community with us.
Yeah. Thanks, everybody.
Blessings to you all.
Blessings to all of you.
See you next week.